Hello. I am looking at my screen right now, trying to understand where I am hearing all of this sound from. I have multiple channels. Like, I'm hearing myself in, like, 4K. How is everybody? Oh, this is so weird. This is so, so weird. Okay, hang on one second. I gotta figure out where I'm coming from. Do you guys ever have this that you have sound coming from nowhere and you have no idea where it's coming from? What is going on? Yeah, I'm gonna take these out for now. All right. I don't think it really matters. I mean, I don't have anything with clips today to hear, so producer sister, if you can let me know if anything's up with my audio. It sounds okay. All right, because I have something is duplicated somewhere in my computer and I have no idea where it is because I literally control if I like control alt delete, I only have one thing open, which is this, but I'm still hearing myself in surround. I have no idea. Yep. We have lots of new things today, everyone. I'm sorry for the very unprofessional opening of this stream. I am ItsKim. Thank you so much for being here. I like to do streams where I talk about pop culture stuff that I care about, and then we laugh at things and have a good time together. I have my community of space angels here. Love for you guys to be here, and I am excited. So, those of you that haven't seen me in a hot minute, as you can see, we have some new additions to the set as voted by the Space Angels. A couple, I guess, a number of weeks ago, I asked all of my Space Angels if you guys could pick from my vinyls which one should go up behind me. That I had two frames, and these were the winners of the vote. So they went up. So if you want to be a part of that type of stuff behind the scenes, you are welcome to join the Space Angels community. I keep it at a very, very low price, almost as low as I can make it. It is one tier. Everybody is welcome, and we tend to sometimes have people gifting memberships in this community. So if you are interested and you're not in a place that you necessarily can afford to do so, make sure you've got that accepting gifts thing on because it has been pandemonium in here at points. And we've already started, I just heard. So if that's something that you would be interested in doing, please take those steps. I wish I could do it for you, but I can't. And I would love to see you guys join because I like to do lots of stuff behind the scenes with you guys and keep you posted. Because I think that's fun. I like that type of thing. I like when people can all just kind of communicate together and, you know, have a good time. So thank you very much to General Scott for starting off the membership train. I really do appreciate that. Again, General Scott, you've been such a huge supporter of this channel, and I very much appreciate you and much love to you. I saw that Kyle GT joined earlier before stream started. So thank you very much for doing that too. So that's 6 angels today. I can't count. That's 6 angels today. So yeah. So I got a few things I want to talk about today. I did want to mention because I have seen some comments just around. I did not stream last week um, because of some health complications. For those of you that don't know, I am a disabled woman. I have a disability called CPTSD, which affects a lot of my life, and it also affects me physically. And I was definitely experiencing that last week. And I'm not going to lie to you and say that I'm better because I'm not. But we are learning to deal. We are learning to cope. And I think that sometimes that's the best thing you can do is you just learn how to deal. You roll with the punches and you keep going and you get back up even when stuff sucks. So that's what we're doing. I did also oh, Shauna, thank you so much. So Shauna just gave 5 new memberships. Thank you very much. Also, Lisa Boo being a member for 4 months. Lacey's throne looks amazing. Yes, it does. Lacey, you all right? Do you need a drink? I think she might. Okay, I'm just gonna help Lacey get down. There. I thought she did. If not, we'll figure it out. We will get something for her. I'll message someone. Okay, thank you. And also, while that is happening, in the background of my streams, you may hear another little voice, and that is my producer sister who helps me a lot with stuff. And she's very private. You're not going to see her on screen. But yes, much love from her, and we're so happy she's here. Also, I just want to say this. I'm going to say this because I'm going to do it. I don't care. So last week, as I was sick, I was also panicking because my other dog, Charlie, who some of you may know, we've given updates of his situation of the past couple of months because we had to take him to emerge a couple of months ago. He was approved for surgery, and he had his surgery last Thursday, and he is doing amazing. But of course, like, I was a mess. And then I knew my son was going to have, like, my baby. I call them my kids. I knew that Charlie was going to have his surgery, and I was terrified of how that was going to go. And producer sister decided to take the week off work so that she could help me, in part. I'm sure there's other things she wants to do on her week off, which is totally fine. But it was incredibly kind of her, and that's the type of person that she is. So she's also the one who finds the funny things for us in the stream so that I can react authentically. And I trust her with everything, and just so much love to her for that. And yeah, things are going really well. So that's good. All right. I have put, since Lacey got her chair to be closer to me, I have put a bag of treats in my desk. She's currently on the floor looking up at me like, more cookies? Yeah. Not the water. Okay. Pardon? Oh, somebody else just gifted memberships. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, Rebecca. Rebecca, thank you. I'm sorry this whole stream has been so chaotic from the start. Didn't mean for it to be. Believe it or not, I have been preparing. We did try. Okay, you've already had a lot, so last cookie. Okay, we good? We good? All right. I also saw that Angel Nikki has been a member. I can't remember for how many months, but I believe made a comment of that she didn't normally get to be here to watch streams, but she's here today. So thank you very much for being here. I'm very happy to see that. And Jean Rick, the Queen Space Angel, along with Marcella. Thank you so much, Jean. Thank you for all your support as always. Yeah, so it's, I got some super, oh, I can't see them. Oh, Matt Bond put his member for 11 months. Lacey wants her Cebu. Yes. Oh, Terry also was been a member for a month, saying good to see you're doing better. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Matt Bond, where is my Cebu? Why don't I have a Cebu? I have to say, guys, like, sometimes when I'm not well, it does bother me because I don't go on my friends' streams as much because sometimes I just can't. And it's frustrating. And then as soon as I'm not there, then people start wondering, like, if there's drama, and there's no drama. If anything, behind the scenes, I have so many of my family, my internet family, messaging me all the time, and like, I've been talking to people in the background, and Steph and Andy are always super supportive of me, and Linda's checking in on me constantly. Matt Bond is checking in on me constantly. There's no drama. My body just sucks. If that makes sense. Well, I think, are we caught up? Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah. So if you ever have questions about what's going on with me, the best way, I don't like to flood people's feeds on YouTube with community posts. I do more with the Space Angels community. So I'll do like members only posts, but I don't want to like bother everybody over stuff I doubt they really care about. But if you do want to hear more about my personal updates or whatever, I am fairly active on Instagram. And that is in my link tree. So if that is ever a thing, that's where most of the information comes from. And I'm just going to put that up there because Jules, you're right. Yeah. I love you, Jules. By the way, Jules has been killing it too. Jules has been streaming a lot. Um, Jules, would you be able to actually post in the links here the Nerd Report Daily? I think is what you guys are calling it. I can't remember 100%. I've been in and out of medication the past week, so please forgive me if I use any terminology wrong. But I know you guys have been doing really fun streams, and I love a lot of people on that panel. So if you guys are looking for more streams to follow, I can definitely I'll share that link out if it doesn't come through. Jules, you can message me on Telegram too if that's easier. Just let me know when you have, and I'll make sure I send out the right link for you guys. All right. Matt Bond? Oh gosh. Yeah. I don't know about checking in more like a VeggieTales fix. Oh, 100%. Literally, like I messaged him and I just was letting him know what was going on. And the next thing I know, I just get this flood of VeggieTales videos. And very much just like, get better. We got stuff to do. Let's go. Let's go. So yeah, that's always funny. Yeah. Oh, Jules. Oh, thank you. I hit the wrong one. But yes, hi, General Scott. And Gunner Girl. Yeah, Jules, can't wait for you to come on with me. It will be chaos. It'll be chaos when it happens. But it'll be fun chaos. It'll be fun. Also, General Scott, thank you so much for the PayPal you just sent to me. You didn't have to do that. Thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate it. I think right now, all of anything that's coming through PayPal is going to help me with expenses. Like we are running on a new laptop currently. There is a new camera that is running as well. Yeah, that's all going. So it's good. All right. Just gonna check if you've messaged me at all on Telegram. Okay, so Jules just messaged me privately and just said it's on my phone, but I can't do links, but it's Nerd Report Daily. I will see if I can find that link in the background. And okay, producer sister's going to try to find it. So yes, and as producer sister said, yeah, literally everything decided to break at the same time. Isn't that always the way it goes though? It can never just be one thing. It can never be one thing. It just has to be all of the things at the same time. Thank you, Matt Bond. And here we are. All we need is a Larry go round. I'm going to have to get a Bob and Larry behind me, aren't I, Matt? Yeah, I had old plushies. I actually had a plushie of Khalil from the Jonah movie. Do you guys I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with with Jonah, with VeggieTales. Basically it was like a Christian VHS series for kids, and it was hilarious. And then as the company grew, they did a theatrical movie called Jonah, a VeggieTales movie. And in that movie, they had this like little character and his name was Khalil. And there was a plush toy of Khalil at the Christian bookstore producer sister worked at. And it was like demented. I don't know what was wrong with it. It was like, yeah, we thought it might have actually been demonic. Like it just talked randomly. And one of the things that it yelled was, "I'm coming, traveling buddy," but it was screaming it like at the top of its lungs. So we would literally just be like in the store and it would just start yelling randomly. And I had to have this. So producer sister bought it for me. And it yelled until its very last breath. Yeah, that stuff's always fun. Oh, thank you, Michael Nothing. It's good to see you too. And yeah, Michael has been on Nerd Report Daily and is doing a great job as well. So much love to you as well, Michael. Cebu. I feel like we're going to have to do a members only stream where I introduce you all to the song of the Cebu, because it's getting to the point now that I feel like it's just becoming a running gag. And I know that there's people that don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah. Producer sister did share the link in the chat once. I think it's one of the things about me, just before we get into the first story, is part of the reason I love doing videos is because when I reference something, I can make a cut in the video and then show what I'm referencing. Because that's very much the way that my brain functions. I just see memes in my head all the time or references in my head all the time. Um, and I love to be able to bring people along with stuff, and I've just started to realize some of the things that I find really funny, not necessarily everybody has seen. For example, one of my favorite ones lately has been there was this clip of Jennifer Hudson where she was asked to sing random things, and so someone gave her just, like, a sentence she had to sing and make it into a song, and it was literally the sentence was, "Insufficient funds, you ain't got no money." So it's Jennifer Hudson just being like, "Insufficient funds, you ain't got no money. Ooh." Whenever I see things that are too expensive, I always just go, "Insufficient funds," and just start going. And it's always funny when one person gets it, but I always try to, like, send it out to people when I make a joke about it because I want people to be in on the joke. A lot of my t-shirts are jokes too. I have one of 2 guys in a hot tub. It's 2 bros chilling in a hot tub, 5 feet apart because 'cause they're not gay, based on the Vine that many, many people love. Um, and I was actually very happy. I went to the grocery store last week with my husband, and it's the first time somebody actually understood the shirt in public. She literally screamed. She fell to her knees laughing, and I was like, "This just made the whole shirt worth it." But it's like the one that I have right now. It's literally Starbucks coffee or Kerfie. It's Swedish Chef coffee, right? It's just fun. It's just fun. So yeah, it's a good time. But I try really hard that if I make a joke about something, I try to let people in on it because I think we all need to laugh more. We need to laugh more. I want to see if there's ways that I can integrate that into my streams. So yeah. I was just checking out the chat here, catching up with you guys. Sorry. Katie. Oh, it's gonna follow me forever. Veggie Tales, I can never get away. Hello, Marcella. Much love to you and Bella. It's good to see you here. Oh, Nikki, yes, I am okay. I am okay. Charlie is doing great. Lacey's doing okay. She's a bit overtired. I'm not gonna lie to you because she's been kind of like tag teaming between me and her brother. Um, so I may not have her stay with me the whole time. She may want to, but she's she needs to sleep. So yeah, but it's no, I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I think I've had a lot of conversations with my doctors. I'm not trying to be vague or avoiding things, but the problem is sometimes like for me when new symptoms pop up, it's not as simple as being able to be like, "Oh, well this is because of this and this is what this is." It takes more digging and you have to kind of there's a reason it's called complex PTSD because it is incredibly complex in the way that it affects your nervous system, um, and then in turn it affects your entire body. So basically, what I will say is we had a new symptom almost 4 years into my diagnosis that really threw me for a loop. And we're just trying to make sure that it isn't anything else. We think we know what it is, but I was definitely very scared of what was going on, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. Matt, or Michael, I was looking at Matt because Matt just sent a super chat saying you're safe when I'm not here. And then you come here and then there's chaos. Michael, nothing. I have not done EDMR therapy. I have looked into it. There are a few other treatments that my team wants me to do and move towards that are not it's complicated. It's complicated. I'm definitely not against it and I know that it does amazing things for people. And I think if you do have any type of a trauma disorder, I mean, definitely look into your options, right? Look into different therapies, look into the research, look at what people are doing. I think part of the issue with complex post traumatic stress disorder is that it isn't in the DCM-5 yet. It's technically classified as post traumatic stress disorder with complex symptoms. But the issue is treating CPTSD and treating PTSD are different. They're very, very different. If you treat someone with CPTSD the same way you treat someone with PTSD, in some cases, from what I have witnessed and in my opinion, it does more harm than it does good. You need to have trauma-informed people. The World Health Organization, from my understanding, has recognized um, CPTSD as its own disorder, and it's moving in that direction. And every time I look into it, I just see people fighting all the time about what they're going to do with just the trauma disorder umbrella because the more that we're finding out about it, the more complicated it gets. So it's going to be a while potentially. I'm upset about that it's going to be a while. And I know there's a lot of foundations. I know the CPTSD Foundation in particular is really pushing because we know enough. We know enough to know that it needs to be classified differently because the treatment has to be different. And that's ultimately, I mean, that's to me, that's why you get a diagnosis. You get a diagnosis to get a roadmap of how to feel better, right? It's an answer that you can start figuring out how you're going to live your life. Um, yeah. So EDMR, very helpful for a lot of people. Some medications are really helpful for people. Trauma therapy. Trauma therapy. Sorry. That's a personal thing for me. Trauma-informed therapy, incredibly important. I also am very interested in holistic medicine as well. I think holistic and modern can work together beautifully. It's, you've got to you got to take stuff from everywhere. You got to build, um, how do I put it? I will share this. One of the things that my therapist and I really have worked hard at, my psychologist, is building multiple things or multiple things that help you so that if one of them is not helpful in a certain moment, you now have other options as well. You build and build and build. And I think that that's a really important thing. So if you're struggling with anything, like please don't be afraid to get help and to reach out because there are things that you can do. And there's things that really will improve your life. You don't have to feel at your lowest. You really don't. You don't have to live that way. There's things that you can do. And there's things that work for different people and you can figure it out. You can. I know you can. So please, if that is something you're struggling with, it's taken me a bit. It's taken me a hot minute. And there's still things that get thrown at me and I got to roll with the punches and figure stuff out. But that's life. And I've made the decision to not hide that because I don't think that hiding what's wrong with you and hiding mental health issues is helpful for anybody. Like stigma sucks. And all it does is make people feel like, that they're the weird one because there's something not okay with them. When the reality is, as soon as I get into circles with people and I tell people about like my story, all of a sudden it's like the floodgates open and people just start talking about all the things that they've been hiding and that they've been struggling with and they don't feel like they can. So my hope is always to make this a safe place that we can all, no one is okay. No one is fine. We're all a mess and it's okay that we're a mess. So we can be a mess together. So that's my soapbox. I'll get off of that for now. Y'all good, producer sister? Is there anything I'm missing that I need to call out? Oh, okay. You're 84K awesome, Matt. It's fine. It's fine. Oh. Yeah, there's lots. I'm just looking at some of your comments and it's so beautiful. I'm glad to see it. I think we need to see it. It's just it's just better to live in the honesty. It's better to live in the honesty and then you can actually share that with other people and then you never know who's listening. You never know who's watching that may be the thing that helps them feel comfortable enough to start trying to help themselves. So, yeah. Okay, so there was one main story today I really wanted to talk about because I know that it's everywhere and some people are probably really tired of hearing about it. But I think it's absolutely fascinating. And I'm just gonna get myself ready. You are spiffy, Matt. That's your diagnosis. I diagnose you as spiffy. So earlier last week, it was announced that Taylor Swift is bringing her Eras tour to movie theaters, which I am very thankful for because I'm gonna have a little rant about this, and I'm sorry. When I was looking at Eras tours tickets in the States, the average tickets I was seeing was between like $2,000 to $4,000 a person. That was what I was seeing. You guys, Taylor is coming to one city in my entire country. One city, which meant we literally had our entire country fighting over these dates. I am seeing tickets upwards of $25,000, $33,000. I saw one of the boxes I'm going to call it the Sky Dome. I know it's the Rogers Center, but it's the Sky Dome. And any Torontonian people know exactly what I'm saying that. The box was $166,000. 166,000 for a concert. It is incredibly depressing when you put together a budget, walking into something and going like, okay, I know this is going to be obscenely expensive, but I really would love to go to this show. I really would. And I think it's going to be something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. It's going to be special. Fine. I will figure it out. I will figure it out. I will finance it. I will figure it out. But I am not paying the price of a car for one concert ticket. That is absolutely bonkers. And the fact that this is even legal to happen is baffling to me.
What car are you buying for $166,000?
No, I'm saying 25,000. Yeah, producer sister saying $166,000 for a car. I want my Tesla. No, I don't want a Tesla. I don't want a Tesla. But I'm saying that like you $25,000 and you go, I could go by myself to a concert or I could buy a car. That's my point. That's my point. And we tried to get on the wait list. We tried to get into the pre-sale.
Nope.
We got waitlisted, multiple emails. It was very depressing. But the other thing too is I'm actually seeing press from like Detroit and other areas in northern United States being like, oh, if we go to Canada, it'll be cheaper. No, it's bad, guys. It is so incredibly expensive. And the thing is, I know that this is not what Taylor wanted. And it pisses me off because I'm honestly thinking to myself, I'm like, who is going to be able to go to this show in Toronto? And you honestly think somebody that's spending like $166,000 to go to this show is going to be handing out friendship bracelets and whatever? Like, it's not. It's not. Terry, yes, this is how it is listed on Ticketmaster because all resales have to go through Ticketmaster, which is part of the problem, is that it is the wild, wild west. And it's criminal, in my opinion. Yep, and that's why they're not doing anything, Beth, in my opinion. And that's why they ended up in Washington. Because it's messed up. I didn't say it one show, but I'm not going to fight you. So, in an absolute genius move from Taylor Swift, they have decided to take the filmed shows that they did in Los Angeles and put those into a feature film format that will be going to theaters starting on October 13th of this year. And sorry, I keep on seeing you guys going like, what? They're yeah, yep, yep. I mean, there was another artist I love, Melanie Martinez. I was looking at trying to go see her, and by the time it was all said and done for my husband and I to go, it was gonna be, like, over, like, $4,000. And I do not want this to come out the wrong way because I love Melanie Martinez. There will be vinyls of her behind me as the set grows. I have multiple. Um, I love her, but she is not Taylor Swift numbers, and that would be more than what I had spent to see Britney both times. And to me, that's just insane. And concerts are just out of control right now. I'm not, Ray. I wish I was. It's really sad. I wish I was. Right? Right, Beth? Remember 20 bucks? Yep. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I remember waiting out in the cold, in lineups, in sleeping bags to get tickets. I would have done that for Taylor. I would have done that. I would have live streamed the whole thing. We would have had fun. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's I it is getting way too expensive, and it is an industry problem. It's not a problem with the artist. So the thing is, what Taylor has done here is she has seen what is wrong. And they started to talk about doing this apparently 3 months ago. They started the idea of bringing it to theaters because the problem is the millions and millions and millions of people who have tried to get tickets and they haven't been able to. Like, we are in the tens of millions of people who have tried and they can't get tickets. The demand is too huge. Um and I know that part of why Taylor wanted to do this tour was because she wanted to celebrate the album. She wanted to reconnect with her fans. And unfortunately, there are things that are out of her control, but this is in her control. And part of the reason I wanted to talk about this is yes, so the pre-sale went up. It made more than $37 million in pre-sale, which is more than Star Wars. Taylor beat Star Wars. This is massive. Absolutely massive. And it's only going to get bigger because I think now there's going to be people that go like, well, if so many people are interested in this, maybe I should go and see it. If even if they have no interest, if they wouldn't have had interest in going to the tour, it's like, oh, well, this looks like it'll be fun. And it's also gotten to the point now, I think my last count, I heard that 3 movies have actually changed their opening date because they don't want to compete with Taylor. Yeah, including the Friday the 13th movie. And of course, it's starting on a Friday the 13th, which I mean, 13 Taylor. It's just, it is, that's the way that it should be. That's the way that it should be. So Taylor's done excellent. But what has fascinated me about this story is the way that this came together. So this is an article from Billboard Pro that heavily talks about a report from Puck News. And I believe Puck is a paid news outlet. I'm not subscribed to Puck, but I want to give them credit as well because a lot of this reporting is from them and they do give credit to this in the Billboard. By the way, do you guys like the graphics here? Does this work for you guys? Because I figured I'd try something new. I didn't know what you guys think. Trying to feel things out. Trying to do better production value for you guys. I have my scatterbrained. We got the 84K. We got the spicy brain. There's always going to be chaos, but if I can plan things and have things be neat, I'd like to do that. Okay. So this article I thought was fascinating, and I just want to read this through with you guys because I don't think people understand how groundbreaking this is, because it really is. So Thursday's announcement that AMC Theatres partnering with Taylor Swift to present Taylor Swift The Eras Tour concert film in thousands of North America's cinemas starting on October 13th was a blockbuster, both in terms of cultural impact and ticket sales, which broke AMC's record for single-day advanced revenue with 26 million in the first 24 hours. Now we know that it's made 37 million in pre-sales. I'm guessing that that number takes into account the other countries that don't necessarily have AMC as their like big movie theater company. Like in Canada, we have a lot of Cineplex. So there's a deal with Cineplex. And there's a couple of other different ones. So all of it together, that's where the 37 million comes from, if I'm correct. And according to a new report at Puck, the unorthodox deal that bypasses traditional studios and instead releases the film directly with AMC Theatres as acting as distributor came only after discussions with traditional distributors, including Universal Pictures, broke down. That part right there. This is the power of Taylor Swift. This is the power of someone we are looking at right now that I don't care if you love her or you hate her. The power that she holds is unlike any other icon we have had, in my opinion, since Michael Jackson. This is a music artist who looked at a major studio and basically said no, from the sounds of it. So the story claims that talks with AMC Theatres began more than 3 months ago, which I'm guessing, Matt Bond, you're saying you can confirm with Team Taylor, with Taylor Nation Direct. And I believe that. I believe that, Matt. I'm sure you could tell me things. Okay. So while Swift was already in the midst of her Smash Eras tour in the United States and before the concert film was shot of the Los Angeles shows in August, after AMC CEO Adam Aaron, I'm not sure how you say that, I'm sorry, received a call from a friend who also happened to know Papa Swift, Scott Swift, and that Team Swift was interested in talking. Now, something that I think is important to mention right now is that movie theaters are suffering because people aren't going to the movies. Straight up, the last time I went to the movies was for Star Wars. That was the last time I went. Because, everything happened, the world went crazy, and I just haven't really had anything come that's made me want to go back into a theater. Because I think everybody's gotten very comfortable with streaming. And I like to be able to like stop and start movies and stuff like that because I have a terrible attention span. So being able to pause and come back to something is way easier for me to take in information. But I am going. Producer sister and I are going. We got our tickets. We're going. It's happening. We're going back to a movie theater. It's crazy. But it takes things like this or things like, for example, James Bond to get people to like Guardians of the Galaxy, stuff like that, I think, to get them back into the theater. And the problem is every movie can't be like that. And now we're moving into a place where movies really can't be promoted that well because it's against the strike. Unless there is permission and certain guidelines have been met. And we have seen some studios be able to pull that off. For example, A24 is still functioning, from my understanding, because they've gotten approval from the Screen Actors Guild because they're paying people properly. And we're going to move into this place now where we're not really going to have movies coming out. Or what we're getting is maybe not going to be, for lack of a better term, top tier. I don't know how else to say that. If you guys get what I mean. Producer sister, do you know what I mean? What I'm saying by that? That it's like, if all of the big productions have been shut down, your selection of what's going to be at the movies over the next, it's going to impact it for years.
Disney just released another wave of delays.
Yeah, and like Disney just released another wave of delays, as producer sister just said. It's just going to continue, and it's not good. So now you have all of these businesses that have no income coming in after they have already been through years of some of the worst business they've ever had because of the world going crazy. I can't say what it is because I don't want to get myself in trouble. So far we have been monetized. Yay. Just actually gonna double check that to see if they've hit me. Yep, we're on. Yay! I haven't said anything too offensive yet. Fantastic. So the idea that the CEO of a movie theater company went, this could work. So, citing sources, the report states that Aaron personally negotiated the deal directly with Swift's parents, Scott and Andrea Swift, over several weeks. Sorry. Just moving it over here so I can see it better. Yep, perfect. Among the agreed upon terms is that 43% of the gross will remain with the theaters. That is insane. Insane from a business perspective. While the remaining 57% will be shared in an undetermined split by the Swifts and AMC. Variance Films, a small sub-distributor, was reportedly hired to book the film in Regal, Cinemark, and other theaters for a fee-for-fee service basis. Notably, standard tickets for the film will be priced at $19.89, $19.89. And then for kids, it's $13.13. Taylor's favorite number, repeated. Yeah. So, I mean, like her fingerprints are all over this. It's very funny to me and it's fantastic. All theaters playing the Sam Wrench directed film will reportedly also take all concession revenue, including any commemorative or Eras Tour items. The story claims that AMC and Cinemark have also ordered 4 million posters to give away to fans for free, while a small offering of paid merchandise is planned. This is going to make so much money for movie theaters. And the next part for me is just where it just gets even more exciting. And its other details in the report include that theaters playing the film, which reportedly came in at a budget of between 10 to 20 million, so they're already in the green, must agree to carry it for a minimum of 4 weeks. And then they can play it for as many as 26 weeks. 26 weeks. This could go until the spring. Like, Taylor is going to be living potentially at your movie theater. You could go again.
Yep.
You can go to the Eras Tour multiple times for $20 instead of $25,000. Instead of a car. Like, it's a moment. And then additionally, after 13 weeks, again, the 13 number, Taylor's favorite number, the Swifts are free to put the film on streaming services. And the streaming service rights are still up for grabs. So this is going to be wild and just a moneymaker. So at least one traditional film studio had discussed distributing the film with the Swifts, was reported under the impression that the film would be a 2025 release after the completion of the tour's global run. But according to the story, the Swifts decided to strike while fan demand for all things Taylor was at an all-time high. And I do agree with them. One of the things that I have heard, and I am in no way an expert on this, so like, again, this is my opinion, this is my speculation, that's why I got the thing at the bottom. I'm not an expert in this. But something that bothers me is that there's so many great shows, like Broadway type shows, that people can't go see. Whether it's because just the traveling to New York is just not possible for them. It's too expensive for them to go to these shows. But for a lot of shows, it's basically next to impossible to see them unless you can get a fan cam, which is a whole nother thing. And so people don't get to see these shows. And the biggest thing that I have heard about that is that studios and companies are nervous that if they put a film out of the show, that people will just watch the film and they won't be interested in going to the show. Now, I think that that's ridiculous, personally, because like I've seen Wicked live. I would go see Wicked again, and I'm going to go see the film. If you really like something, you'll do it. You'll go more than once, you'll experience it, and you'll just watch it again. And I wonder when I see this type of thing, is this going to be a separate stream of revenue for potentially live performances? And Taylor is breaking down those walls. So the speculation that the unusual deal could lead to similar plays by AMC and other exhibitors to act as distributors for other major concert films has been rampant. And indeed, the Puck Report notes that AMC is already talking about what other major artists might want a Taylor style deal, suggesting maybe more of these are to come. Because here's the thing, Taylor's not going to lose any money on the Eras tour with her performances with this happening. Not a dime. And all the dates are sold out to begin with. So there's no more money for them to be making. There's just not. They've maxed out. It's all in merch, which they're now going to be bringing to the movie theater. And you could buy online if you really wanted to. So it's what we are watching is something that I have kind of been wondering if we were going to see once the strike started. And it's that I have to watch my words here because I have feelings about this. The last year that I've been on YouTube, I have seen a massive amount of pushback of what I would consider to be new media. And to me, new media is independent media. It's people that, get their own camera, make their own studio. They may make their own music, they may make their own movies, they may make their own videos. They create the content they want to create, and they don't have someone over top of them for the most part telling them what they can and cannot say. Now, yes, I do have issues sometimes with YouTube saying I can't say this or I can't say that or whatever, and I think it's a little bit ridiculous, but that's just my opinion. But there's ways that I can work around it. There's ways that I can be good to the community guidelines and work within the platform that I'm able to stream on. But YouTube doesn't call me and say, you have to talk about this, or you have to make a movie about this, or this person has to be in your film, or you can't have that in this. And because of how corporate everything is becoming within the media, people that have been making content without the big studios, I mean, I have been hearing it. There's a fly. Sorry. I've just been hearing a lot of pushback that there's just a lot of negativity that independent creators kind of suck, basically. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that. For example, some independent creators can make content that then other studios decide to basically steal, in my opinion, and then decide to put it on multiple streaming platform and air it on television without paying licensing fees to certain creators. So apparently we're good enough for Netflix, but not good enough in general. We're good enough to be stolen from, but not good enough in general. But that's just my opinion. But we're going to end up in a place where if these studios are not paying people fairly, if these strikes continue, other studios will figure out how to do it. Other studios will start to facilitate deals. Movie theaters will start to facilitate deals. And this is what we're going to see. And someone like Taylor just broke open the doors. The deals that could potentially come from something like this, because this has happened, is insane. It is absolutely bonkers. And that's why I'm saying, is Taylor Swift saving Hollywood? She could have just opened the door. I really believe that. Times they are a-changing. Times are a-changing. And, we got to keep up. We got to keep up, and you got to evolve. You got to evolve. And if an old system isn't working, then you find a new system that works better. Sometimes staying with the status quo is not a good thing, right? We have to innovate. And I really feel like, Taylor very much advocated and still advocates for artists to be paid more fairly for their music. It was a long time she was not on Spotify. That was a whole thing. Now we're looking at this movie theater thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Taylor Swift is trying to look at investing right now into a new type of ticket platform. I honestly think that a lot of artists should be doing that because we all know what's going on with Live Nation. If you followed anything with Astroworld, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We know there's a problem. We know there's an issue. And it's time for these things to stop because they're insane, in my opinion. So again, I'm curious as to what you guys think of this whole deal. I would also love to know, and you can write it in the chat, who would you love to see a concert of in theaters? Like if one of your favorite artists said that they were gonna do the same thing as Taylor, who would make you jump out of your seat and go?
My guess is Beyonce next.
Yeah, producer sister just said Beyonce should probably be next. I wonder if that would be something with Tidal though. They would figure out.
But to put it in the movie theater.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope so, Matt. I do. Because I think it's time. I think one of the things we've really seen with Taylor over the past little bit is understanding that I don't know why other people should own a musician's masters when it's their art. I don't get that. I really don't. And I'd love to see that change, that there's just a bit more freedom for artists there. So just looking at some of the, I'm seeing Pink. So Beth said, Samantha, Ricky Martin. It's Only Cleo B, Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, I could, yeah. Why am I not surprised, David, that you love Queen? Pink again. Janet Jackson. Yes. Sam Smith. Yeah, it's I think there's lots of different options. I do have to say though, oh, somebody just said Pink Floyd as well. Pink Floyd, the Beatles, Nightwish. Oh my gosh, Nightwish, yes. Oh, Bon Jovi, Backstreet's Back. Yes, producer sister, absolutely. Because I think that would be something too. Like you have some musicians that they can't handle touring the way they used to. Touring is hard. Touring is really hard on their bodies, and you can only do it for so long. I think that would be great. Yeah. Hollywood Vampires or Queen. More Nightwish, Bon Jovi. Noel Gallagher. I hope I said that right. And High Flying Birds. Yep. Ah, Matt, is that an exclusive? Producer sister has her mouth on the floor. I'm surprised she's not screaming right now. Yeah, the thing is, this is going to open stuff up, right? And you need trailblazers in this industry that aren't afraid to take these chances and try something new. And Taylor is in a very unique situation right now where I feel like she could bottle her sneezes and make money and it would go great. And that's a very privileged place to be. And I'm very happy to see her using that to open doors potentially for other artists and to really take advantage of our movie theaters and bring people back out, into public again, because I don't leave the house, but I would leave the house if I could see more concerts in theaters, just to be real. And I probably would go more than once. I mean, I may or may not be watching fan cams of the Eras tour on a regular basis, regardless. I've never done that. I don't even know where to look. Yeah, I don't have a link to the live stream of every show from multiple angles and audio feeds. I have no idea what that's like. Hypothetically, flashback to everybody that followed my Eurovision coverage. Hypothetically, it could work if, but we're only speaking in hypotheticals. Anyway, I thought that was really, really interesting, and the business part of me I was so excited. I was so excited. For those of you that don't know, I did go to school in business, and I worked in corporate environments for a number of years, and I get really excited when I see stuff like this happen because I love to see things evolve and change for the better. And especially when it's stuff of bringing people together and things that unite us. Um,
All those poor people did.
and all the poor people get to go, as producer sister just said. My dad has a friend, and sometimes they'll like be out at dinner and they'll go like nothing like crazy. Like they'll go out to like a Swiss chalet, for example, for all my Canadians out there, be sitting at the table and the friend just says, I wonder what all the poor people are doing. And so my sister and I have been joking when we got our Taylor Swift tickets. We're like, this is what the poor people are doing. The poor people are spending $19.89 to go see Taylor. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I didn't know if everybody was really aware of how crazy this business deal is, and I know it sounds like it would be crazy boring, like this corporate stuff, but it's actually really exciting. It's really, really exciting. Oh, that's Evie, that's a good question. That's hard. That's hard. Um, I would say my favorite album is Reputation. I've definitely gone through like phases with a number of those songs. I'm particularly a fan of I Did Something Bad, and I am going to publicly manifest again that when Reputation, Taylor's version, is released, I want the tour version, the Reputation Stadium studio version of I Did Something Bad. The bridge, the bridge, the bridge. And Matt Bond has already come through for me with some stuff because I am so obsessed with that version of the song. And if I could, I would put it on right now and show you. But she added like a whole part to the bridge. And basically, I Did Something Bad was basically one of her songs addressing the things that people were criticizing her for, of when she got canceled and everything else. And so one of the lyrics is, they're burning all the witches, even if you aren't one. They've got their pitchforks and proof, their receipts and their reasons. And yeah, there's parts of that I relate to. But it just becomes this very epic moment. It almost is like it feels like the climax of a movie. It just gets so crazy and it's so gorgeous. So I would definitely say that. But I think I would have to say my favorite Taylor Swift song would probably be Seven, because I literally have tattooed on my body. I have 7 tattooed behind my ear in the folklore font. Because and I don't want to get super into it because it involves another person in my life who has not chosen to be public in this manner. But I'll just say the second verse of 7, and you can look it up for yourself if you're interested. It hits really hard for us, and the song is about friendship surviving a lot of really tough stuff, and having that, that you love someone when you're a kid and then you still love them as an adult. And it was very special because that friend of mine is actually a tattoo artist, and she's the one that tattooed it on me. So I showed it to her, and she heard it for the first time with me. And we both just like were weeping
Yep.
in my living room.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't want to do it if it's gonna make you sad. And she was like, no, it's so beautiful. I want to do it. So yeah, it's like a whole thing. I don't know. Are we having issues with connection? I just saw a buffer. Okay. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. I gotta say, I mean, I know Taylor Swift is basically in the Olympics of her of her chosen field. And in my chosen field, I am in Little League. But wow, do some people think things? Or they have theories and they have opinions about you. And it's like, okay, that's interesting. I'm learning lots about myself today. Yeah. So, okay. Katie, I'm sorry about that. I hope it gets better. We have direct connection. We shouldn't be having any major issues. Um, I've done everything in my power at this point to not have problems. So we'll see. Yeah, so I would say probably favorite song is Seven, but favorite album is Reputation. Hands down. I'm happy for all the people that love 1989. I'm happy you guys are getting your Taylor's version. I had hoped Reputation would come first, but it's okay. I will live, and I will be patient in my waiting. Please give me like I did something bad. Like, please. Taylor, please give me something bad. Yes, Matt Bond. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, B. Let's go. Let's go. Anyway, so that is the Swiftie portion. And I'm sure some of you are very sick and tired of hearing her name and everything else. Rachel, thank you. I will look into it. I've actually been wanting to like watch it for a while, but I have so much trouble just sitting down and watching things. Because as Matt Bond has lovingly coined, I am AD 4K. I'm all over the place. And I just have trouble. Ray, I would die. I would literally lay down dead, deceased and buried, screaming, crying, throwing up. Like, it would be ridiculous. Oh, General Scott, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. We got 5 new gifted memberships, which is awesome. To any of you that are new Space Angels, there is a playlist on my main page of my channel, and it's also under the playlist tab, and it just says Space Angels only, and it is member only content. There's literally hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and there's some live streams, and there's some other videos I've done. There's some reaction videos I've done. I did a huge amount of coverage on Eurovision last year, which was a lot of fun. I think anybody in this chat that really took part in that, I think we all had a good time. I think people enjoyed it. But you can still take part in it now. Like, you can watch it now and experience it. It's a lot of fun. So thank you very much for joining, you guys, and thank you for the super sticker, which you didn't have to do. Thank you very much. Being very generous today. Alrighty, just taking a look here, just trying to make sure that I'm not missing anything. General Scott, what? General Scott just sent another super sticker. I'm trying to make out with it. Is that like a black unicorn? It's white? Oh, it's because I have night vision on. Okay, I have night vision, like night version on my desktop. So it makes everything inverted. So it's better for my head, so I don't get migraines as much. But it just sometimes it means that things that are white look black to me, which is weird. But anyway, it's so cute. Are we talking about this now, producer sister? We're talking about the Out of the Woods Circle of Life mashup. I remember when that song came out, I heard a few people being like, Out of the Woods sounds like Lion King. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, are you really okay? Because I'm not sure. And then this person put out this the mashup, and then I was like, oh, okay, now I hear it. But it was interesting. Effie, oh, thank you. Because there isn't drama, and I feel like your views are... Sorry, I started reading ahead and I didn't speak. Kim, I like your videos because there isn't drama, and I feel like your views are fair. I'm getting old, so drama stresses me out. I understand that 100%. Look, I'm in my 30s, and drama is stressing me out. Drama stresses me out. I don't think it's always necessary. And I think we live in a world that is incredibly divided. And the initial reaction sometimes with that division is just to shut out people that think differently than you. And I know that there are definitely times where that has to happen. Um, that sometimes relationships in your life, conflicting beliefs, it can be very damaging and very hurtful for people. But I also don't think that it's a good idea to be in an echo chamber because even if you don't agree with somebody, it's sometimes good to understand where they're coming from so people can find common ground, because we have to find common ground to be able to function. That's my opinion. So I try not to be super. I am more moderate generally. Like I'm not. I don't consider myself to be right or left. I don't any of that. I'm very independent, um, and I try to look at things individually for what they are. So I don't like the drama. I don't like the sensationalism. And I also like to look beyond headlines and kind of see what the big story is. Cause I know like what everybody's talking about with the Eras tour is just like Taylor's making more money. And it's like, yeah, she is making more money, but she's just opened doors for so many other artists. Like to me, that is the story here. But I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with that. So everybody's different. Let me take a look here. Da, 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 da. Yep. Yep. It was nice when that could happen. It was nice. Just taking a look. Where is it? I saw one comment. I saw somebody send it a couple times, and I'm trying to see if I can find it. Why isn't it coming up? I did see a couple messages. I think MJ Soldier of Love asking if I could talk about the trial by media, the Michael Jackson story. That is crazy loaded. And I will say it. I've done a lot of looking into this case. Michael was investigated for over 10 years by the FBI, and they found nothing. The man has been on trial before. And I understand why people want to believe people who come forward, especially as a survivor myself, as a CSA survivor myself. But it's a very complicated situation, and I would strongly recommend that if you don't know a lot about the story, there's resources that you can look into. There's a lot of documentaries that have been made that go really deep, deeper than you probably are expecting. And there's a lot more to the story than what people think. And I will be following the trial while it's happening. But I do have to be careful just when it comes to me because, as I said, I am a survivor. And covering stories like that can be very triggering for me. And I also don't want to talk about it and have to censor myself too much, if that makes sense. So I think I know Popcorn Planet is going to be covering it. I cannot see Andy not. And I will, be in support of that 100%. And I think I hope that honestly, I hope that it is public. I hope that let the truth come out. Enough, enough. Enough is enough. So yeah, I hope that helps MJ. I know what you're saying, and I completely understand. Yep, I'm just gonna leave that up on screen from Matt Bond. So the other thing I wanted to talk about today that I thought was fun is let me see here. So we have a funnies to go over today. And to segue into it, we're going to talk about Brittany for a minute because Brittany got more tattoos. She got 3 tattoos since I've last spoken with you guys. She got a snake tattoo in the curve of her back. She got some dots on her right ring finger, and then she got a little star on her arm. And I thought that was really cool, but it also reminded me that on one of the last streams that we did, we reacted to bad tattoos, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing that. Um, I think some of us we were laughing really, really hard, probably too hard. But producer sister has found more of them. There's so many, and I didn't know if you guys for the funnies today would enjoy looking at some more bad tattoos. Are we down? Is that cool with you guys? We look at more bad tattoos? Katie's already like, "No! No!" Are we ready? Are we ready? This is the part of the show where we laugh. This is the part of the show where we just have fun. All right. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, B. Now, I'm just going to make this bigger here so I can hopefully see it better. Why get a haircut when you can get this? I don't know what to say. I have many things coming in my head because here's the thing, from like a cosmetic perspective, I could understand if you had like a bit of a bald spot, filling something in on the skin just for the like optical illusion of it all almost. Cause like people use like filling powders and stuff on their hairline. I probably actually should have today because I have some of my roots coming in. And I get that because there's just sometimes like something happens or there's like a traumatic thing to the skin and then it can't grow hair. And I would totally understand that. But to me, it's how far it comes forward in the forehead. That's like touching one of his eyebrows. That is a forehead tattoo. And like a scalp tattoo does not fully encompass what that is. You guys know what I mean? Yeah, like Tammy just said, took me a while to realize what I was seeing. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. So some of the comments that producer said was this is stupid. Well, that's really committing to a hairstyle. And just because you can doesn't mean you should. Got to agree. Got to agree. Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate, man. That is unfortunate. And the thing is too, like I feel like he would look fine bald. He doesn't look like a terrible looking person. Like just rock it. Just be you. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. It's a choice. Found in a Facebook group. What? I'm just leaving that there, right? You're gonna speak for everybody. That's it. Like I feel like it is a mix of haha as well as screaming, and I feel like that is appropriate. Whew. I kind of want to know the person that thought that this was a good idea. Like I want to know their humor. Like the the commitment is admirable. The commitment to the joke. He or she, I don't know, stuck with it. They stuck with it. And that's technically Gandalf the White, right? That's like
Yeah.
resurrected Jesus Gandalf, right?
Yep.
All right. All right. Comments were what a titillating image. Such creativity. Much wow. Exactly what you put that one because I love that meme. WTF did I just look at? Yep. And now it's Alf the perky. Yeah, that's more than double D. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh no. 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 Oh my gosh. That's horrible. That is so horrible. I'm sorry. I'm honestly like, okay, here's the thing. Like, we can laugh at this, but this at least was done somewhat well. There's like shading. You can tell there was thought put into this. What is that? That was not a stencil. There was nothing there. Like, what? And you had to have known. You had to have known that it was going that badly. What is that 5 head? I don't even understand. It's just awful. Oh, it's terrible. That's one so far. I'm sorry. That's really, really bad. Oh. Oh, sorry. We need the comments. Is that Beavis or Butthead? I hope this person didn't pay for this tat. Ugh. And, well, it does look damaged. Yep. I hope they didn't pay for it either. And I hope the person who did it pays for their removal. It was awful. Oh, gosh.
Breaking Bad.
It looks like this is a recipe for Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just in case he forgot. The comment said, at least he didn't add a whole backstory about before you got to the recipe. Do you guys have that when you look at recipes online? You look at recipes online and you're like, I just need to see the recipe. And this person literally just tells their entire life story before you can even get to the recipe. And then there's like 20 ads before you get there. And it's like, I just want to know how much sugar I'm putting into this. I just need to know. I just want to know how much sugar. I didn't need to know about your great grandfather, and how he was a sailor. It's just wild to me. I would assume so, Wancho. I would. Ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Just saying. So the next comment underneath that was, it was around winter when his activities really took off. It was a sunny day and he was inspired by the way the sun shone through the glass on his cigarettes, coffee table. But I feel like it's not complete unless there's like a story about somebody's family member, right? And then you have to go back to like some beautiful family gathering and like how everyone bonded together and yada, yada, yada. Blech. He can't even get the recipe from his own arm with the position it's in. That's very true. Oh, and somebody says he won't even get blank from that. So apparently this is wrong. You guys, we might have just learned that this is not how you make Breaking Bad. You're right, General. You're right. Right, Rachel? You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, why do we have to know all these things? I just want to know how to make the salad. I just need to make the salad. I'm going to a potluck. Just tell me how to make the salad. It's part of why I will say I do enjoy, I don't know if you guys know of this creator, Baking with Babish. And he has a series called Basics with Babish. And it's like simplified-ish recipes that are really, really good, and there's, like, a video that he does, and then you can go on the website and get the recipe. And, I mean, I am not a good cook, like, at all. I'm not a good cook, but I've been able to make some stuff that people are like, "Wow, that's actually really good," and it's because of him, because of him. And I don't have to deal with people's life stories, which is nice. Okay, sidetracked. Is that a go-kart? The thing is, it's the most ridiculous thing, but I can't argue that it's not somewhat well executed.
That doesn't mean the tattoo artist is bad.
I know, it's just the most, like sorry, Wancho, I just saw a comment. Yes! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Oh my gosh! Yes. But, like, I'm gonna go I agree with the first comment. It looks like the villain in MIB 2. Yeah, it looks like Men in Black 2. Do you think he regrets it?
I hope so.
I am this is insane. Insane. Why? Like, I wanna know why. What possesses someone to do this? I don't get it.
They really like Men in Black.
We're not looking below the waist. We're not doing that, General. We're not doing that. Mm-mm. 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 Thank you for the super sticker, Gene Rick. I appreciate that. Yeah, Ray, I kinda gotta agree with it. Yeah, I think he's, not super great with it. Oh, Lulu's mom, thank you. Yeah, that would scare me to death. Can you oh, no, I'm not gonna. I'm not even gonna. There is no way I could just see it being really disturbing. Really, really disturbing. Oh! Um, I'm gonna say the coloring of it is beautiful. Like, the color work on it is great. The dimension is great. I think it actually like, you can tell it was done by a goodness, but why? Why? Exactly. Why? Yeah, comments. This is actually a decent tattoo. Maybe not the greatest idea, but decent job. Yeah, great execution, terrible placement. If it was done as a bracelet or something, that would be really cool. I don't like that moldy green color. Yeah, yeah, around the crystals. That's a little bit weird. Could have picked a different shade for that. But maybe that was what they wanted. I mean, I'm going to go with this person probably had something very specific in mind for what they were going for because this is definitely not a tattoo that people get every day. Oh, I don't know, Wancho. I don't know. I don't know. I think head and face tattoos are ones you have to be kind of careful with, and some people are going to be uncomfortable with them, and it's unfortunate, but I mean it is going to affect you, and people are going to notice. Like even the one on my head, like you can't see it, right? Like even if I pulled my hair back and got like super close to the camera, it'd be super awkward. But I did that on purpose because it was something I wanted, and it wasn't necessarily something that I was like I felt needed to be visible everywhere. But how do you Yep. You're right, Scott. That pretty much sums it up. That's where I'm at. I so many words, but I have no words. None. Rachel, thank you so much for the super sticker. It just says nope. It's like a sign, like nope. It's gonna be a no from me, dog. Oh my gosh. And Jen also said the hippos. Yay! Thank you for sending the hippos. We love the house hippos here. We love the house hippos. Yeah, this is brutal though. This is absolutely brutal. All right, we ready for the next one? I don't think we are, but it's happening. What is that? Jesus, take the wheel. Or the tattoo gun, take it from their hands. What is I feel like I could see something in the top of the cross. Like it does anyone else see that? I feel like I'm looking at a mouth.
Yeah, last comment.
Yeah, is it me or is there like really a lip on his head? No, I see this like for real. Like the cross has a face and then there's a floating Jesus face. I don't know, General Scott. Terry, there's no reason. There's no logic. There's no reason. Oh, wow. Gigi, yeah, that's Groot. Groot died for our sins. Yeah, the top comment, I am Groot. No, I am more. I'm more. Oh my gosh. Sure done did made his mother wife proud. Mother wife, you said it. This no. This is just disturbing. This is disturbing. Oh, hi, Linda. Sorry. Oh, just the chat's moving too quickly. Hi, Lulu's mom. Hi, Linda. Hope you're doing okay. Judith, yeah, I wonder that could be it, but I mean, what was worse? I gotta know. If there was something else, what was worse? I have questions. All right. Okay, this is going to take me a minute to decipher. Ain't a woman alive? Ulv? It looks like ulv. I'm guessing it meant to be alive. That can take mamas? Is that from me? Mamas, what is the word? Place? Ain't a woman alive or ain't a woman elf that can take mama's place. You know what? I don't think there's a woman alive that wants to. I think we would all like to be excluded from this narrative. We're very happy for you and your mother. Whatever in the Oedipus is happening here. And I wish you both all of the happiness in the world. Let me know when the registry is up. And I will we'll go from there. Dolly, I hope you are right because that is the only way this could get any dignity back. but I mean, the choice to use that lyric as a tattoo, it's, yep, yep. So you're right. You're right. You're right. I I still can't get over the alive part. Elv You know what? I don't think there aren't any women elv, period. Don't have to worry about that. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Keep going. No. 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 And the thing is, I really get this feeling, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to bully this man, but you know, he was probably like so excited about it and really wanted it and thinks it's really cool. Judith, yes. Yes. He might as well be. I I am personally offended. I feel personally victimized by this tattoo. Sorry. Comment, this looks actually cool. Not on the forehead though. If Sam is depressed, if Sam the depressed American Eagle Muppet is your idol, go for it. Yes. Yes, we love some Sam Eagle. It's a glorious 3-hour finale. You got a minute and a half. It's beautiful. Black Cat, the tattoo doesn't look dissimilar from him. Most annoying thing, it's slightly off center. It is, yeah. Well, maybe his head is. I can't tell. Yes, if the beak lines up with the tip of his nose, my eyes wouldn't keep tracing the path to try to make it straight. That's true. But I mean, I wasn't really looking at the dimensions of it. I'm just still with the concept. My brain still hurts with the concept. I also just realized I made a joke about something that you guys may not all understand. The Sam Eagle in in Disney, there is an attraction called Muppet Vision 3D, where it's a 3D show with the Muppets, and I guess Sam Eagle is entrusted with doing the finale of the show, and he decides to make a glorious 3-hour finale, and he tells Kermit so, and Kermit just yells at him and goes, "You got a minute and a half," and then Sam freaks out and leaves because he's to figure out how he's going to get his 3-hour finale into a minute and a half. So it's, yeah, we quote that quite a bit in this house. Oh gosh, this is terrible. How many more are left, producer sister?
One more.
One more?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I still think the Joker one is the worst. Just the execution
Okay.
of it is terrible.
Hold on to that thought.
Oh no, I've been warned. Guys, I guess we need to hold on. I don't know what's coming. I'm not mad about it. It's horribly done. Their faces look awful. But it's kind of funny. At least it's not on his face or her face or their face or whatever. I mean, they should have done Betty White better. Let's be fair. But oh my goodness. I don't have words. The Golden Girls and Walking Dead crossover. Yep, Blanche would be horrified. Viggo Mortensen on the bottom right in a wig. Why? Now I can't unsee it. No! Oh, you're not wrong. Oh. Yeah, what are they sticking their forks into? Brains, and it's supposed to be a cheesecake. If that is supposed to be a cheesecake, that could have been better. It could have been better. Matt. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys what we did the last stream where we looked at bad tattoos was we did like a vote. Like we did like polls to figure out what tattoo was the worst out of what we had seen. I don't think we necessarily have to poll all of them, but I'm going to go through them all one more time. And I just want to see like name them in the chat, the ones that you think are the worst, and then we'll do a poll. We'll do like one. We'll pick like the top 4 that we see in the chat, if that's cool with you guys. And then we can kind of get a consensus of which one is the worst. Are you good with that? All right. Okay. So we have that. I'm going to call it the wig. We have the wig. I'm going to say we have Gandalf, but I'm going to do it with multiple D's. So Gandalf. 5-head Joker. 5-head Joker. I'm going to make a list. Hang on. Or can you write down the names for me, producer sister, potentially? Just type them out. Okay. Thank you. So we've also got the... Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Sorry. We got wig. Sorry. Wig. Gandalf, but can you give it an extra D? 5-head Joker. Breaking Bad. We'll just call it. Go-kart. I'm assuming that's what that's supposed to be. I don't know what that is.
Or Men in Black.
Men in Black. Call it Men in Black. We'll call it Men in Black. Crystal Beard. Cross. Mom's cross. Oedipus. Or how do we... What do we call it? Hopefully a Tupac lyric. We're going to hope that that's where it comes from. Because if not, it's concerning. Sam Eagle. Just call it Sam Eagle. And then Golden Girls. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of... I think Joker is in. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I think Joker's definitely in. The Eagle's definitely in. I'm seeing a few for the Crystal Beard and a few for the Cross. More so than anything else. What do you think, producer sister?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to make the... So 5-head Joker. Mama's Cross.
Yeah.
Right?
Mom's Cross. Yeah.
Sam Eagle. And what was the third one? We were the Crystal Beard. Yeah, Crystal Beard. Or are we gonna do Gandalf? No, I think we're seeing more Crystal Beard. All right, guys, let's see who wins. Let's go. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Ooh. All right, so we've got 91 people watching currently. So I think I'd like to get to at least 35. I think we can get 35 votes in. I believe in you guys. And honestly, I kind of agree with that in the sense of that, like Gigi, that as I said, like the design of it is ridiculous, but it wasn't poorly executed. I can't hate on it, you know? Not on the tattoo artist. And I'm sure that that person is a very interesting person. They're probably a lot of fun. All right, we're at 32 votes. I think, yeah, 5-head Joker is winning.
Yeah.
All right, so the winner of the worst tattoo today is this Joker. Well deserved. Well deserved. Oh, that was that honorable mention to that eagle one though. And Mama's Cross. Like those are horrible. Those are horrible. No offense to those who it's on their body. I hope you are genuinely happy with it. But oof. Well, that was the funnies. Could I get some hearts in the chat for producer sister for putting all of that together for us? Much love, producer sister. I need an applause sound effect.
No. No,
Yes, I do. Well, guys, this is normally the part where I start to wind down. I usually do like if you guys have any questions, anything else I just want to touch base on. And I really don't have anything else like super pressing or important to say. I think we had a lot of that actually at the very beginning of this stream. I talked a lot longer at the beginning than I normally do. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat at me and I'll give you guys a few minutes. I wanted to ask you guys, so I know today is a holiday and I'm so glad you all came out because I wasn't sure about streaming today. Simply just because it is a holiday and sometimes people have family stuff going on and all that type of stuff. And totally fair. Oh, thank you, General Scott. You just gifted 5 more memberships. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Yes, Chris Weber, thank you. Yes, it's her new bed. It's her new bed. She loves it. She's very comfortable. I'm glad she finally passed out because she needs to sleep. It's honestly, Lacey. Oh, right. It's a holiday. He just asked. It's a holiday. Today in the States as well as Canada, it is Labor Day, and so a lot of people have today off. Yeah, for a lot of like at least where I grew up, it was like Labor Day, and then on Tuesday everybody went back to school. But Labor Day is like the last hurrah of your summer, and it's usually spent either like at least for me, it was either spent like trying to do anything I had not been able to do in the summer and enjoying myself, or it was me in the midst of crippling depression, knowing that I had to go back to school. So I think some people, you never know exactly what people are going to be up to. And then there's also some places where like school started months ago. It depends on where you live. So yeah, I am feeling better, Rachel. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad Lacey's been doing this thing where she's Charlie, my Shih Tzu, who had the surgery last week. Do you guys want to see Charlie? We can see if he's awake. I don't want to like bug him if he's sleeping because he's on a good amount of medication right now just for his healing. But I think producer sister's gonna go check. So one of the medications that we put Charlie's on for his healing after the surgery, it has the effect of not only helping with like the pain and the inflammation, but it also helps with his anxiety. So he's like way chill. And then one of the side effects of it is that it can affect their depth perception. And Charlie's eyesight isn't the greatest to begin with, but it's making it difficult for him to be able to tell like where stairs start and don't, or where the edge of a bed is and not. And this made me like, no, it's not. I'm fine. Okay. So in my bedroom, my bed is technically, I guess, what would be called a captain's bed. So my dresser is actually under my bed. So my husband built the bed. So there's like a full dresser underneath it. But that means my bed is like really high up. So Charlie is not on our bed, period, right now, because I don't want him to fall and hurt himself. So we have him on the floor. So basically Lacey keeps waking up like every half hour and she just jolts over to the side of the bed to check on him like Charlie is here and Lacey is excited because her brother is here. Oh, okay. Let me grab him. You guys can see him. Hello. He is a little bit sleepy and a bit drugged. Okay, no, you're not comfortable like this. Okay, hang on. Okay. Can we do baby? Can we hold you like a baby? Is that better? That's better. That's better. There's the little boy. So he's on a few things right now that are making him sleepy. And he is recovering very well. So we're very happy he's doing good, but he is a very, very sleepy boy. Normally you're a lot more talkative when I have you near the mic. You make lots of noises, and today there's no noises. There's just a bit of tongue sticking out and sleeping. Producer sister, may I hand him back to you? No, so he's my fella has been watching over him, and other members of my family have been helping because he's a bit of a handful right now, but he is very sweet. And when he is awake, he is pretty active. I've been very happy to see. And he's eating well. He's taking his meds. He's drinking. I can't really ask for anything else. He's doing really well. And yeah, it's always fun when you have to pick up like your dog from surgery and things like that, because you never know exactly what you're going to get. You never know how the recovery is going to go, but we've been very lucky. And like you guys saw, as soon as Lacey sees him, she's like, I got to check on him. I got to make sure he's okay. And I think that of her kind of going like on a half hour, 45-minute basis for the last couple of days on top of the bed, looking down at him to make sure he's okay. Like, she is so tired. She's so tired. So yeah, now she's chill. Now she's fine. All right, I'm just checking to see if I missed any questions. I think we're pretty well up to.
Chris said he snores like my Shih Tzu.
Aww. Yeah. He snores. He does. He snores. So we're doing it one day at a time with him and trying to take our cue from him. I'm just supporting him. And I know he will probably next week. He's going to be doing night and day better. And I'll have my little boy much happier and hopefully feeling a lot better. Because one of the issues that makes him not feel well is hopefully gone now. So that's good. Yeah. Lacey is a good sister. I wish she was a better cousin. Producer's sister has her own dog. She has a mini golden doodle, Sammy, who you may have seen in some of my videos. And Lacey and him don't really get along. And I'm honestly at a point where I'm like, I think I need to get a trainer to come in and help us, because I keep hoping she'll just kind of like warm up to him, but the two of them they don't seem to get it. And Sammy thinks he is smaller than he is. I think that's a fair statement, producer sister. Yeah. Yeah. And he's very excited and very high on life. And Lacey is much more content to just chill and watch. And even like when she's just chilling out, she'll sit and watch TV. She's not a super hyper dog. Um so we'll hopefully figure it all out. We'll figure it all out. Well, I think that is it, guys. Unless there's any last support, questions, anything you want to send my way, we're going to start to wind down. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys are enjoying your Monday. For those of you that have a holiday, I hope you are enjoying it. And we'll go through the week. And I don't know if we're going to do a stream on Wednesday. I'd like to. I miss streaming. It's so weird when you start streaming. It's like you almost get like this itch that like you just want to keep doing it, but I don't want to like overextend myself, and I'm still working and all those types of things. So I think that is about it. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember to hit that like button on your way out. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I'm assuming you're kind of happy you're here because you're here, and subscribing is free and it helps out my channel a lot. And I would love to see you come back. So that's it. Thank you so much. Oh, and also, if you wouldn't mind, when this stream ends, if you could refresh the page, and if you can leave a comment, that helps me out incredibly, because it's more engagement, and it's more likely that I will probably get more like promoted, and then more people can see them. Our community can grow. So I would greatly appreciate that. Matt, I just saw your super chat. Thank you. So what we have learned applies to our lives today. All right. Much love, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.